Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ismat Shahid and I am an artist and illustrator based in San Diego. I was requested by Brother Asim to host an art session for the community where people can follow along with me and draw something that would calm our somewhat stressful minds and bring happy thoughts and memories. So I thought what could be better than drawing simple greeting cards and that we can mail to each other, as the likelihood of us seeing each other during Ramadan and even maybe Eid it's a far possibility. So this one I had made using brown cardstock paper with a jelly roll pen, but I know that at this time it's not easy to have all the supplies available. It's tough times for everybody. So I'm just going to make this card using the regular printer paper. So and a thin black pen. So I usually use these for my drawings, but if you don't have this, you can get any pen, a thin fine Sharpie or just a regular pen if you don't have that. Our basic drawing will be done using a pencil, and you will maybe need an eraser. So I'll give you a minute to go grab some supplies and then we'll start the drawing. So I hope that everybody is back with their supplies now. And I'm just going to fold this paper into half like this by matching these opposite corners so that it can become a greeting card. So go ahead and do that. Now get your pencil and we are going to draw a rectangle like this somewhere up here on the card. It doesn't have to be perfect, the lines don't have to be straight. The shape of the rectangle, and if the lines are even a little bit uneven, that would show your own uniqueness and your personality. So I'm going to draw another line, just like kind of irregular inside the triangle, rectangle, and then just make another rectangle like this. So I will be making an Eid greeting, but you are welcome to make any greeting actually. It can be Ramadan, it can be just happy something, get well soon, anything actually. So I'm going to go ahead and write Eid Mubarak in this rectangle. Once you have done this, I would suggest that you get your thin fine tip marker if you have one. Otherwise you can use a regular pen, or if you don't have any of those, you can just follow along with a pencil. So now I'm going to go over these lines, shapes and the writing with my thin fine marker. So please go ahead and do that. I'm going to go over the writing now. and I'll wait for you to finish. So I'm going to be marking the places for my flowers. I'm going to have 3 flowers and maybe about 4 leaves. So I'm going to be marking places for leaves and flowers, and then I'll show you how to draw one flower with complete detail and one leaf with complete detail, so that if you don't have time right now to follow along and finish the drawing with me, you can do it whenever you have time. Once you know how to draw the flower, how to draw leaves, then you can do it whenever you have time and whenever you want to. So I'm just going to make a circle like this here with my pencil. And then one circle inside here, and then another one here. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, just do the best you can. So this is our circle number 1, number 2, and number 3. And now I'm going to divide the outer circle into 8 parts, just estimating. So middle line here, cut the circle half this way, and then so that it looks like a wheel actually. So I have 8 lines, and these lines are actually going to be the middle of a petal. So we'll be having 8 petals in this flower, and we'll be starting the petal somewhere here, and it will be going around the line and then coming back. So let's go ahead and do that. Now when I'm drawing a petal, I'm going to start like this and then give a kind of a ragged, irregular top to the petal and then come back like that. So please go ahead and draw all the petals. Now I'll give you a minute to finish your flower. Once you are done with this flower, I'm going to mark places for my other 2 flowers. And it makes for a better composition if all the flowers are a little bit different sizes. It looks more pleasing to the eye. Instead of that, if we make exactly the same size flowers or design or patterns, that's just my way of drawing. So I'm going to make a little bit smaller circle here. It's all right if it goes over your Eid Mubarak sign and the other flower. And then the same thing here. An inner circle here, and then the innermost here. And then I'm going to make a much larger flower. Okay, I'll wait a bit so that you can do that. Then I'll make a much larger flower on this side. So my flower is going to go over the edge, which is perfectly fine. And then another circle here. And another one here. Now I'm going to mark places for my leaves. So I'll have one leaf maybe here, one here, maybe 2 here, like that. So for the leaf, I'm just going to draw a stem like that, maybe a little bit double, and then make a very irregular, rough, curved line, bringing it like that together in the middle. And then the other one, the other side will be the same curved line, joining the point here. And then I'm going to draw the midriff of the leaf just by drawing 2 lines in the middle. Nothing has to be perfect, just do whatever feels good to you. And then I'm going to draw the other leaf, which is a little bit overlapping. So stem here, and then maybe the leaf here, drawn the same way. And then the 2 lines here. And then I'm going to go draw 2 leaves at the top, a little bit smaller, like that. Again, overlapping. I'll give you some time to finish the leaves. Or maybe I'll just draw one more here. This area kind of looks a bit bare. So here. So once the leaves and the guidelines for the flowers are finished, so we'll come back to our original flower, and then I'm going to show you how to add details to this flower so that you can go ahead and follow along and do to the other flowers as well. So I'm going to get my fine tip marker. You can get a pen or a color pencil or whatever is available to you. So I'm going to come to this second circle here, this circular space, and I'm going to start drawing tiny circles in this area. Nothing has to be perfect, remember. Just do whatever feels good to you. And I'm going to fill this whole area with these tiny circles. Hope you can see them. So go ahead and fill that whole area with these circles. They don't have to be all equal sized or even perfect. So let's do this together. So I'll give you some time to finish that. once you are done with this, I'm going to fill this inner circle here with even much smaller circles or dots if you want. So just go maybe tiny circles just to get some variety. So that you can see the difference. I'll give you some time to finish that, and then we'll go back to our next step. So I hope everybody has finished their middle of the flower. And I'm going to go to the petals and trace these outlines. So for this, the petals which are overlapping the rectangle and the writing, we are not going to go all the way outlining them. We'll just outline only until the part that touches the line here. And we are not going to be outlining these middle lines. They were just guidelines. So if we move to this flower, this petal, then again I'm going to go here and then stop here. And then the next one. So go ahead and finish your flower. I'll give you some time to catch up. So I hope all of you have outlined your petals, and now I'm going to add some details to this petals. So if I come to this, I'm going to start with this petal, and you see all these points here where the top of the petal is kind of breaking. So I'm going to make tiny little bit curved lines here, maybe two here, maybe two here, starting at these dips and then going all the way up to the center of the flower. Please go ahead and do that. And I'm going to draw one line halfway through here, maybe add a few dots here like that, maybe one line here. And then I'll go back to the center of the flower here, where the petal is ending, and then just go flick some lines. They don't have to be the same size. I'm just going to try to get some depth and shading here, like this. Once you are done with this, we are going to add some more shade at the base of the petal where it's meeting the center of the flower, just by filling in these areas with dark ink like this. And I'm also going to be filling the gaps between circles here with some dark ink to give it more depth. So go ahead and follow along and do that. Overlapping and which are going across the rectangle. We're just again going to add design only up to the line of the rectangle here. So I'm just going to add 2 lines here up to this dip in the top of